You may think a woman's attraction is obvious, that it's loud, that it's in the way she laughs at your jokes, touches your arm, or texts you at midnight. But the truth is far more subtle and far more powerful. See, when a woman genuinely sees something different in a man, when she feels something beyond surface-level attraction, something safe, something calm, something real, she does something she rarely does in today's world. She starts sharing, not in a casual, let me tell you about my day kind of way, but in a way that cracks open the door to her inner world. The one she guards fiercely from everyone else. The one even her friends might not fully see, and this is where most men miss it. They think sharing is just small talk, that when she tells you a personal story, it's just a story. That when she opens up about her family, her past, her fears, her wildest hopes, it's just conversation. But it's not. It's a test, not a manipulative one, not a game, but a test of emotional safety. She's asking, can you hold this? Can you see me? Not just filtered, pretty version of me, but to parts one don't show the world. Can he trust you with the unpolished truth of who I am? Because women are constantly told to be put together, to be strong, to not need anyone. But deep down, every woman craves that one man who can see behind the mask and simply say, I get you and you're safe here. And when she finds that, she doesn't just flirt. She doesn't just compliment, she confides, she opens the vault. She might tell you a memory that still haunts her. A trauma never unpacked, a dream she's too scared to chase, a version of herself she's not proud of but still hopes I'll accept. And if she's telling you that, if she's offering you that part of herself, then listen carefully. You aren't just her friend. You're not just another guy. You're the exception, because women don't go that deep unless something in you makes them feel protected. Not physically, emotionally. And here's the twist most men miss. The more subtle the share, the more powerful it is. She might not even say this is important. But if her tone changes, if her eyes shift, if she hesitates for just a second before speaking, that is moment, that's the signal. That's when you lean in, stay silent, and just listen. Because that's how you honor the kind of trust most men will never experience. Today, we're going to decode this language. The silent confessions, the personal stories, the little tests throws into the conversation when she's trying to figure out if you really mean she can let her walls down with. If you've ever had a woman share something with you that made your chest tighten, not because it was dramatic, but because it felt real. This is the video that will make everything click. Let's dive in. In a world where conversations move fast, attention spans move faster, and connections are often built on surface-level banter, there's a kind of moment that feels different. It's subtle, it's soft, and most men didn't even notice when it happens. Beautiful. You pay close attention. If you slow down just for a second, you'll see it. It's the moment a woman goes quiet. Not because she's bored, not because she's pulling away, but because she's about to say something that matters, something real. It might start as a passing comment, a line that sounds like any other, until you feel a shift in the energy. Maybe she looks down before she says it. Maybe she exhales just a little too long. Maybe her voice softens and then she says, honestly, I've never told anyone this, or please don't think I'm weird. Or sometimes she doesn't preface it at all. She just speaks. She tells you about a memory from her childhood, about a mistake she regrets, about a loss that still haunts her, about a dream she buried a long time ago, but for some reason, she wants you to know about it. In that moment, you're not just a man she's talking to, you're something more. You're the man she feels safe around, safe enough to peel back the mask, the one she wears with everyone else, and say, this is real me. Can you handle it? And that right there, that moment is rare. Because most women are not used to being seen. They're used to being looked at, but not understood. They're used to men wanting their body, but not their soul. They're used to conversations that flirt but never go deep. to being praised for their beauty but not heard for their pain, to being admired from a distance but never truly held emotionally. So when she shares something with you, and I mean really shares, it's a sign of deep trust. It means she feels something in your presence that's grounding, that's something that doesn't ask her to be perfect, charming, or mysterious. Something that says, I see you. Not version of you the world wants, but a version of you that you're scared to show. This is how women communicate deep attraction emotionally, not with declarations, not with grand gestures, but with vulnerability. And yet, most men miss it. They don't know how to receive it. They change the subject. They joke to break the tension. They don't realize she was handing them something sacred, something most men ever get to witness. If you're watching this, you're probably not interested in chasing just any kind of connection. You want something deeper, something real, something raw, something where both people can just be without pretense. That's what this video is about. Because when a woman sees that you're more than just surface, more than ego, more than flash, more than performance, she begins to test the water. She gives you little fragments of herself to see how you handle them. And if you hold them with presence, with calmness, with strength, she opens up further. That's the quiet invitation. That's her saying, you aren't just another man. You're someone I could give my real self to. But it takes wisdom to recognize those signs. It takes stoic awareness. It takes emotional leadership. And that's exactly what we'll explore today. We'll break down the 5 specific things a woman might share with you. Things that look ordinary on the surface, but are deeply meaningful beneath. Things that most men gloss over but high-value men recognize instantly. Because if she's opening up like this, brother, you're not in the friend zone. You're not just nice, you're special to her. And a moment to know how to receive that, how to sit with it without needing to fix it, joke about it, or control it, that's when you become unforgettable. So, are you ready to recognize the quiet signs that she's choosing you over everyone else? Let's begin. 1. Her deepest insecurities, the part she hides from the world. When a woman feels truly safe, truly seen, and deeply respected, she begins to let down the mask, not the variety one that everyone sees. The deeper one, the mask she wears to hide the soft, trembling places she thinks no one would accept. The weight she carries about her looks, the worrying about not being good enough. The secret shame she's hidden for years. If she ever tells you, sometimes, I feel like I'm not enough, understand that's not just conversation, that's confession, and most men miss it. They either brush it off, try to fix it, or respond with surface-level compliments. But a stoic man listens quietly, present, grounded, because he knows that in that moment she's not looking for reassurance. She's testing safety. She's revealing the field beneath her smile. If she tells you about her body image issues, her comparison to other women, her childhood bullying, or even her professional self-doubt, it's sacred. It means she's placing emotional gold in your hands and watching to see if you're wise enough to hold it with honor. 2. Her unfiltered dreams, the future she's afraid to say out loud. Most people don't share their real dreams. They share socially accepted goals, the kind of things that sound good at brunch or in a bio. But if a woman starts telling you about the life she really wants, the farm she dreams of owning, the book she's too afraid to start writing, the desire to leave her 9 to 5 and travel the world, she's revealing something most people never see. She's showing you her unfiltered essence, the version of her that exists beyond fear, beyond judgment. And if she tells you these dreams not as a someday fantasy, but as a secret she's unsure she's allowed to want, that's intimacy. She's not just dreaming. Out loud, she's asking, can I trust you with this part of me? A stoic man doesn't laugh. He doesn't interrupt. He listens. He holds that space. Not because he's trying to be supportive, but because he knows that a woman's dreams are her spirit's voice. And when she shares them with you, you're no longer just a man. You're a witness to her becoming. 3. Her emotional triggers, the wounds that still sting. When a woman begins to open up about what sets her off emotionally, What makes her shut down? What causes her to feel unsafe? What sends her spiraling? You've crossed into a sacred arena. She's not being dramatic. She's being real. Most people avoid these conversations because they're uncomfortable, but high value. Stoic men lean in. If she tells you that raised voices remind her of her father, that being ignored for hours sends her into a panic, that certain words trigger her abandonment fears, believe her. She's not manipulating, she's disarming hers. And in doing so, she's giving you a cheat code to her heart, not to exploit, but to protect. She may say it with a nervous laugh or try to downplay it, but underneath, she's silently watching your response. Will you tease her? Will you get defensive? Will you disappear? Or will you do the rarest thing of all, make her feel safe while exposed? Only a man grounded in himself can handle this level of emotional truth. That's why most never get to see it, for her family wounds. The people who shaped her pain, family is the source of our first love, our first trauma, our first emotional blueprint, and for many women, their most hidden struggles trace back to parents, siblings, or past family dynamics that still haunt them in ways they don't fully understand. If she shares stories of emotional neglect, of feeling unseen as a child, of never being able to please her mother, of a father who waits there but never really there, understand what she's really telling you. She's not just talking about the past, she's explaining the present. The way she flinches when you don't text back. The way she over-apologizes, the way she pushes you away when she feels too close. It all makes sense if you listen between the words. When she opens up about her family pain, she's not looking for you to fix it. She's not asking you to solve her childhood. She just wants to know if you'll still see her the same after seeing the cracks, and if you do, you become something human ever. Become in a woman's life. A safe container for the truth. 5. Her quiet hopes about you. The subtle hints might be it. This is the most subtle and the most powerful. Because if she ever starts dropping hints about what values in a long-term partner and these sound oddly specific to you, she's not being random. She's testing the waters. If she says, I really admire men who stay calm under pressure, or I love when a guy can just sit in silence and still feel connected, or I feel like I could travel the world with someone who just gets me without forcing things, pause, think, reflect. She's not talking in general. She's imagining you. She's inviting you without saying it to step up and claim space you're already halfway filling. When a woman sees something in you that touches her soul, she rarely says it outright. She hints. She opens a door just slightly to see if you'll walk through. And if you do it with poise, with calm strength, without arrogance, she will slowly begin to trust what her heart already suspects. That you are not like the rest. So, now that you know the 5 sacred things a woman only shares when you are truly special to her, ask yourself, have you ever witnessed her let down the wall she keeps so perfectly built for everyone else? Has it ever handed you her truth raw and unedited, hoping, not saying, just hoping that you won't fumble it? If the answer is yes, then brother, you are standing on ground most men never touch. But here's the twist most miss. It's not just about what she shares, it's about how you receive it. Do you meet her vulnerability with presence, or do you shrink away distracted, dismissive, unsure how to respond? Because here rests truth. A woman can open her heart and never again. All it takes is Sony careless reaction, one tone-deaf response, one joke made in the wrong moment. But when a man meets that moment with stillness, with dignity, with a kind of grounded masculinity that doesn't try to fix or preach or prove, but simply witnesses, that's when she realizes she's found something different, something rare, something almost mythical. She doesn't need you to perfect. She doesn't need you to have it all figured out, but she needs to feel that when she finally gives you access to her soul, you won't tremble in fear or crack a joke to protect her ego. You'll just be there, unmoved, present, strong. That is what makes a woman trust you with the parts of herself she's never shown another man. Not looks, not money, not status, but your energy, your centeredness, your emotional discipline. And if you want to become that kind of man, the kind who women don't just want, but reveal themselves to, then you're in the right place. Here at Stoic Paradox, we don't teach manipulation, we teach mastery. The kind of masculine mastery that doesn't chase women, but magnetize them. The kind that doesn't yell to be heard, but speaks in calm tones that make people lean in. The kind of man who doesn't need to prove he's high value because his presence says it for him. So, if you're tired of being empathetic, tired of guessing how women feel, tired of shallow connections that never go deep, then this channel was built for you. Subscribe, watch the next video, and remember, the woman who reveals her soul isn't weak. She's trusting, but she won't wait forever. Become the man who's ready for that level of truth and watch how everything in your life begins to change. See you in the next Stoic State.